Girl, them. Out of On the Block with Bricks Montana and Jessica Wiley. Miss Google
Hey.
Reviews.
Hey.
Hey. How was your week? Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
got a new phone.
Yay! And we have a special guest this week, of course, Mr. Terence. I got it. Hardy.
That's correct.
Killed them.
Yes.
Glad to be here.
Yes.
Thank
How you
for having-
doing?
I'm all right. I'm okay.
How you doing?
I'm all right.
I love you because my first nominated award that I had nothing to do with the nomination came from your award show.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
And I mean, I was like, you know, so I really appreciate that. I don't know who nominated me, but it just made me feel good to be seen.
That's the point of the awards, because everybody puts so much hard work in everything, and I mean, accolades matter, whether I believe it, but you feel it. So
Well, everyone who was nominated, their following and their supporters nominated them. I didn't have anything to do with it. It was on Survey Monkey, and I just went from whatever the percentages said. So everyone that was nominated was based off of their following and their support.
Well, that just made me feel like, what?
the problem was artists wasn't even pushing themselves, then got
Yes.
mad.
Yes.
When, why was
Some-
not nominated?
Some people didn't, and I get it. Some people didn't take it seriously in the beginning. They like, oh, here go another
Yep,
award show.
yep.
And I knew I had some work to do to try to, legitimize it. But as we got closer to June 4th, maybe a month, 2 months in before that date, that's when I think people really started taking it seriously.
But it was too late by then.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was.
Way too late.
Yeah.
And
I
then
know
some
I was-
people, were too cocky.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like,
They didn't even show up. Some of
look.
them won, and then that's.
We was
I guess that's my thing.
arguing because both our Kicking and Company was nominated, and I was separately nominated. So of course I'm in different things, different chats, advertising. They like, well, why y'all get nominated? Why y'all? It started a whole bunch of things. I'm like, I don't know, but I know we in these streets.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't
Right.
know why, but it happened.
People see you.
So get in them streets.
Yeah, yeah. And like I said, everyone who was nominated, it was based off of the prior year. There were a lot of artists that were nominated whose song came out in
The same year.
2020.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
I didn't know
So
that.
they couldn't,
Yeah.
I specifically
Participate.
said, vote on your favorite. I never said best. I said, vote on your favorite of 2022. And we tried to do the vetting process to make sure that everyone qualified. But some people just, their song had been out for a couple of years or, just didn't meet the criteria. So
That's 'cause
again,
they ain't read.
yeah. Oh my God. I got so many inboxes. What's this? How do you do this? What do this mean?
It's
It's
said
like-
right there.
But what you
Scroll down.
definitely learn is people keep trying to use the same music, the same old things that they've done. What are you doing now? What you know what I'm saying? What are
Right.
you putting out there now? Well, we don't want that. If this
and,
is
and
for
even
last year,
some of them, it was a real popular song, but it came out in 2020, and I'm real nosy. I was on Facebook like,
Right.
because one of the things where if you were nominated and in the awards, if you said anything negative or about the show
right, you
or
become
the
not a
nominees or participant, you're automatically eliminated. But the person hit me up talking about, well, how didn't such and such get nominated, and how didn't such and such? I said, I specifically said of 2022, even though some of the people that were nominated I vibe with, I jam with,
Right.
based off of the requirements, they couldn't be
Right.
nominated. Unfortunately,
It's nothing personal.
Nothing.
I mean,
Nothing.
your
You can't
criteria
make-
is your criteria, and if you don't meet it, then
And I did it
and
that
if you
way
start
for a
making
reason.
exceptions,
Yeah,
then
just
you'll
like
have
you
to
said.
accept, everybody else.
Exactly. And I did that for a reason, because if your song could be nominated, or whether your work can be nominated for every year indefinitely, there
The
would be
same
no
thing.
need to be people to try to remain current
or
and
you
put out
even
new
work
material.
harder. Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, what's the point?
Comedian Tone said he was questioning some of the stuff, and he congratulated everyone. He said, but I'm not mad. He said, they're just going to make me work harder for next year.
Yeah. And a lot of people have been. I'll shout out Never Legal Promotions. Like, yeah, we won Promo Team of the Year. Shout out. You see that a lot of, even the people who won, some of them work harder to win again.
Absolutely.
People who didn't win,
I see them
work hard to win.
I'll be watching everybody, and I can see the difference in what people did last year versus this year. Who you can tell that they really been putting in the work, and they want them nominations, whether they think they want it or not.
And that was the reason why I made the award specifically. I wanted the award to stand out, so when they put it on the mantel case, they trophy. It's like, well, what?
Other ones,
you know, no shade to nobody else.
Though I mean, look, I shade to someone because I will do it. I mean, because you put effort in that too,
and it was like classy.
It was beautiful.
It just looked upscale.
Yeah,
and
it's something somebody wants to win. I would want it on my mantle. I don't want a plastic thing I can get from Dollar Tree. Oh. I'm just saying. Yeah. I'm not saying. That's just in general. I want my work to show.
No shade.
And let people see it. It's no shade. It's a general statement.
And I'm gonna be honest. I would be foolish to not say that I didn't take into consideration the other shows that were going on. But I had the fortunate opportunity of going first.
Yeah.
And I knew that some people are going to pit the award shows together regardless. And some of it would be fair.
Yes.
I will say that. But I had the opportunity going first. That's why I tried to make sure that I can set the standard, not necessarily for them, but for myself.
Yeah.
You know, so
I mean, because you're only in competition with yourself. You understand,
for real.
right?
That is true.
Because I've been to 2 award shows, yours and the STL Awards. There's a big difference in both. I'm not even talking about just venue in general, but just the presentation and how everything flowed. You know, in my opinion, and I don't know if whoever read my blog about it, Unc, in my opinion, saved that shit because people were getting pissed off, and he was able to relay fucked up messages to the crowd that was already hot. It was hot as hell in there.
Yeah.
It was just he
made it entertaining.
Like
he made us, you know, and he probably kept certain people from getting down.
That, for
yeah,
sure.
so we'll just put that out there. I mean,
Shout out
I've
to
been
Els.
to all of them except for yours, right? I've been to the STL Awards. I've been to
Yours Awards.
Yours Awards. I've been to them twice. Everybody's different. If you see, it's even different, like categories. Everybody have different categories and everything like that. You need different. The major award shows are not alike. You know what I'm saying? They're not, you know, they make sure of that, you know. So you can have some variety. You know, the Grammys sure ain't the MTV Awards, and you know the Oscars.
Well, they
and
turned into them.
Well, they have. I mean, you know, I did see a slappist. You know what I'm saying? So you need variety. People shouldn't even really be like, well, what is this one, or the competition making it, you know, because it needs to be out there. For us, it's me a reason to get fly as hell and cute. So I don't know how many it is.
I support so many different people. Yeah. I want to see people win. Yeah. I want to be there to watch you walk across stage and get your award.
Because I can only imagine the feeling. Just the feeling of getting nominated had me all warm and fuzzy.
Exactly.
So I can imagine how just the
you
feel
jitters.
To get your name called. You know, and we're going to get our name
one of the visual plug. When she got up there,
my God,
it was under the circumstances of what happened and everything.
That's my sis.
It really touched me. You know what I'm saying? To see people be emotional, you know, and not just her, but to see other people be emotional about it.
They're humble.
You know,
and they really
it made. I'm getting chill bumps thinking about it because that's what I wanted to go for.
That's a reward for all of your hard work. This stuff ain't easy. Getting out in front of people, talking, hosting, doing these events, doing what we do is not easy.
It's a craft.
It's a craft.
And you put all your hard work into it.
So,
and one of the key things I think a lot of times people, when they get into it, they instantly think money success.
Yes.
You know, with this award show,
and that's where
I didn't make no money, actually.
I bet you didn't.
But honestly, I wasn't going for that.
the money.
Right.
I was going to make an to establish something
right.
because this is going to be ongoing.
Yes.
And
A
I
legacy.
think that I did that. Now, don't get it twisted. There were some technical issues,
Of
as
course.
with all things.
needed.
Especially
it
your
was gonna
first
happen.
time. Come
Exactly.
on now.
But it honestly was.
I spent.
It wasn't bad.
It was Sunday. That Monday, I was just emotionally and physically drained. I'd slept, but I'm like, damn, I didn't hit my mark. I'm like, but then when Tuesday rolling around, I get on Facebook and I start seeing pictures and how people and Callie Mob, when she started her live, she instantly said, first of all, and with the tone, I was like, oh, shit, here we go. She was like, first of all, I want to talk about the award show. I was like, oh, man. She said the award show was great. But everything was great. I like the entertainment, this, that, and the other. But her gripe was that we forgot to mention the motto categories. And it was legitimate.
Was running late, though, right?
It was. It was legitimate,
Yeah.
And I reached out to her and apologized, and that was not my intentions because
Right.
part of the reason the category was there was to give that acknowledgement for
But
for
y'all
your work.
also stopped naming off the nominees to try and shorten times.
Yeah.
'Cause
Once it
everybody
got-
can't read.
Once
You
it
could
got
tell.
to about 10, I was anticipating 10:30. I think it ended at, I wanted it to end right at 10, but I think we ended like at 10:40, 10:45, which still wasn't, by my estimations, that far off the mark. But like I said, I questioned myself, and then I started seeing everyone, with their comments. Xavier Powell, he was like, he was able to meet people that he had only seen on Facebook. He mentioned Zeus, and he said it was people was there taking pictures, and that's what
That red carpet pictures alone,
Yeah.
where
The red
everybody
carpet was a real
just
red
felt,
carpet,
and then it was in Grand Pla- you
part
know what I'm saying?
of the
Venue
reason
matters.
I wanted the Grandel Theater, I did a show last year, A Night with Stars. My nephew, Collins, that's his brother, Cameron Saunders, who's on tour, shameless plug, with Taylor Swift right now. He's if you ever see any clips of Taylor Swift show, he is the big guy. No, he's in the front.
Oh, okay.
He is the big guy that when he come out and do the
would kill
death drop, that would be
Oh,
him.
I'm
And his
gonna
brother played for the Saints, used to play for the Chiefs. So my
Slay
sister got
then.
2 boys, both of them
Okay, she said.
living out there.
Amen.
Living
love
out
it.
their dream.
love it.
But part of it, I had an opportunity. I was introduced to the Grandel by Cameron. He did. He was with African Lolo and some other things with Coco. And when I went, it was intimate, and every
Yes,
seat.
I
I don't
love
care
it.
if you sat on
You
this
can- you
side,
gonna
that
see
side.
it.
that-
My
You gonna
daughter's
see it.
my
Yes.
daughter's recitals are there. And it's a beautiful space.
It's a
and then
perfect spot.
I mean that's an artistic area. That's where you want to be. The
And
and I
feel
knew
like
that
something.
some of our people in the entertainment industry and things of that don't have an opportunity to play those type of stages, and I wanted to add a different feel. And
Yes.
Big Lou, when they had came in, he went live, and when they got into the Grandel Theater, they was going for their dress rehearsal. And you can hear the expressions on their voices. When he walked in, he said, "We at the Grandel Theater." Then he said, "Let's check this." Oh. And then the one girl said, "It's giving magnificent." That's what I wanted our people
Right.
to experience. I wanted them
Yes.
to be in that setting.
Yes.
Next year, the date is set. I'm not going to release the date because I
You got the venue already? Same venue?
same venue.
Okay,
I'm
good.
not
I
going
love
to
it. Yeah,
until
don't
I
fuck up
outgrow
something
it.
good.
as
It'll
a
still be
theater
there.
and show choir kid, I just love that area. It just, to me, it's just vibrant. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a
Musical
little
person.
little.
And then when you hear the word theater,
Yes.
it just adds
It makes sense.
upscale, upscale
I
and
had talked with the
sophistication.
ambassador, and for one, since they had rap music, they do like a certain insurance price or some stuff like that.
Because we didn't tow the club up so many times.
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
But it wasn't the
It's
look
the truth.
that I wanted
It's not.
for the
It's not the right look.
and
I
If
didn't even
you
think.
want,
Sorry, my bad.
go ahead. No, I was just saying
I
upscale.
wasn't expecting you to do anything worse. So when you said Grandel, I'm like, oh shit,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
That's
I was
what
expecting-
Billy say, talking about something. You making it hard, Terence. You making it hard. I was like, well, man, I'm here. I'm just trying to leave my legacy like everyone else.
So we have to ask, because like 15 people on my thing. what about the trophies? Some people didn't get them.
Correct.
That was the only downside that I ever heard about it. About the awards was they didn't get their awards.
Well, part of the reason the awards were given out was planned to be given out to the end because I didn't want people getting up and leaving.
Yeah, like they do.
Right.
Yeah, like they do.
The SLAE Awards were not
here.
You're not even gonna talk. That was
it's just so unfair. I had made a post. I'm gonna lock the doors to the Grandel because I didn't want people getting. I know how rude
to the other
I know
people.
how rude people can be. But I was pleased that most people stayed to the end. There were some awards that were misplaced. They were still at the Grandel. In my frantic, I'm rushing through the theater to find the awards. There were, I think, 10 people who did not get their awards. I still have a few awards in storage because I still haven't gotten to them. I just gave Billy some, and he was supposed to drop some off for me. But that was the issue. There was a person I spoke with in particular. I'm not going to bring up their names. After they reached out to me, maybe a day or two after inquiring about their award, I told them, I said, well, I'm going to give it a couple of days. If I do not find them, I will most definitely order them, and I'll have them by next weekend. Right. And I was told on Facebook Messenger, keep them. If it ain't the original award, I don't want them. We don't even want them. And I was like, you wouldn't have known if it was the original or not. I'm
telling you.
I'm just being considerate of telling you. Subsequently, the theater called me, and I was able to go on a Wednesday or Thursday, and pick the awards up and distribute them. But that was the issue with the awards. But for next year, the awards won't be given out until the end because I don't want people leaving.
Because it was a sorry situation. At the SLAE Awards, I stayed literally to the end.
I didn't.
Right?
I couldn't.
So, after, people start winning, of course, them and they crew leave. The staff at the venue thought it was smart enough to start putting the tables and chairs up while people still are performing.
I'm gonna tell y'all about that.
The last 3 people performed to
no audience.
Maybe about 10 of us with chairs on top of the couches.
That speaks to the venue. That's fucked up.
That was the most disrespectful. I would have started smacking people and wouldn't have stopped till 5-0 got there. I mean, it was just so disrespectful.
But that whole experience was the staff in general was shitty. The staff was very horrible.
Nobody ever came over there to serve us.
The security was horrible.
We're supposed to be in a VIP section, right?
Yeah.
We're in a booth. Me, as a waitress, I'm going to them.
Yeah, I'm a waiter by trade. I'm gonna be swinging, doing tricks. What you need,
No one ever came over there, and we was.
One girl came to me, but she didn't forgot my drink. I said, "Can I just get a cup of water?" We don't have that. Okay, so you're gonna force me to buy? Okay.
Well, this was part of the reason that the shows that I do will not be in the club setting because it gives a club vibe and club mentality.
It was with kids there.
It was kids there. Yeah,
Jesus help us all.
And then I saw the video where they said the kids
had to leave. They was putting the kids out. Yeah. But the person who was running it didn't do that. Somebody else had to do that in a slight way, and he relayed the message the way it needed to be.
It was more than just her. It was the parents.
Yeah.
My daughter could have been nominated, but she wouldn't have been there.
No.
Why?
So, let me tell you this. So what I heard was
she told them to bring the kids.
Because they paid tickets for their kids. They paid the same price for their kids that they paid for themselves. So fuck yeah. I paid for this ticket, and that's why she was letting them stay as long as they could. But the venue was like, no, because this is our rule. We can't have no kids in here. And that's where the big dilemma was.
Oh, my God.
Well, there was a dilemma earlier between me and Tracy. And me and her talked earlier this year. And somehow, I don't know if she didn't know that I was doing an award show or whatever, but she had reached out to me about the Grandel Theater. Mm-hmm. And I had told her, I said, well, I'm doing an award show, but I will gladly set up a tour for you, which I set up the tour. She went by. She even went live when she went by. But that was for her to do her her business seminar. It wasn't for an award show. So a lot of people thought
they was getting it misconstrued.
Stuff
in her head.
Right, and so I guess by the time when it got back to her that I was doing an award show, which I thought I was doing an award show,
she forgot that you told her.
It was something totally.
She made it seem like he was biting her and stole her idea and all of that. Well, that's St. Louis people. Y'all gotta get over this, because I'm gonna say it like this, Tracy, baby, if someone stole your idea, you was at the Yours Award sitting right next to me.
Before hers came
out.
Okay.
His came out a year before.
I know his been out for a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was sitting right next to me.
He was the first, in
basically
my opinion,
taking
notes. Remember.
So, you can't steal something that's already been. Award shows aren't new.
They're not.
They're not. So, how did anybody steal your idea when it wasn't your idea from the start?
And I was supposed to sponsor. That the Grandel Theater is not cheap. You know, I mean, it's not expensive either. It's like, oh my God, but not compared to the Big Tent thing. The Big Tent was.
Oh, the Big Tent was.
It's expensive. Damn near $20,000. It was 16, I think they quoted me for but the Grandel Theater is not cheap. So I didn't have the financial resources to sponsor anything other than what I had going on, and I explained that to her. I had even reached out to her after her couple of lives and said, well, we can link up next year, because my award show is basically targeted towards the entertainment and the arts. Yours is a little bit more inclusive. You got the best alderman, beautician. We could do something Friday, Saturday, and Sunday where we can come together and she wasn't against it. I'm not.
One for the
artists
and one for, because
that makes sense.
That's why this was just too long, because it was best cosmetologist, best cleaning company,
stuff I never
best
heard of. I don't
this
even know
and
these
best
people.
that.
Well, and that's what I have a team. It's that is with me. It is Billy, Tanya, and Crystal. Crystal is the one who did the backdraft. Okay. And the decorations for, she came up with stuff at the last minute, like the cutout of Lil Dave.
Okay.
She did that the night before. I didn't even, she surprised me when she got there. But we have a team, and we're discussing, and that was part of. I didn't want the award show to be too long because I know people get antsy, but I knew if I had good enough talent, it would suffice. But we're talking about trying to do something during the pre-show, because I really don't want to cut the categories that I have, but if I don't, there's no way in hell I can do 37 categories within a reasonable amount of time, 3 hours hopefully, with acts and commentary and interruptions.
So are you going to have them read in the nominees' names? Okay.
Yeah.
So just make sure you get somebody who could read. That shit was hurting people.
I'm going to tell you this. I had checked in. I wanted this show to, as much as possible, resemble what we see on TV.
Do they have like a
teleprompter?
Not the teleprompter.
I was going.
Is it a screen there?
That's what a teleprompter.
No, the screen.
You're talking about like for videos.
Okay, so they have a little projector. It is really simple, easy to just make, a thing that says their names.
Yeah, and you know what
like the video. Or a video clip.
That's what it is.
That was the goal.
A TikTok.
Being a Capricorn. When I reached out to a couple of people, the price was just, it may not have been too high, but it wasn't in my budget.
Bruh, TikTok.
Let's talk to
free stuff.
My daughter would do it for you.
And so I said, well, shit, I got the software and all of this, that, and the other.
It's there. I can do the shit.
But that was because if you the scripts, and we had scripts there, most of the people was winging it, but each presenter had a script. That's how I was trying to stay within the time, and the script actually said either turn to the screen and read the nominees off the screen, or read it off of the envelope. So that was in the plan. It was just a financial thing. But next year, all of that is going to be on tap because I still wanted to resemble what is, what we see.
Because that definitely would have helped the dead air. Because again, me sitting there trying to listen to people read and them names out, I would have been giggling. I cringed so bad.
See, I don't know why. Lord forgive me. I've been giggling at people who can't read all my life. So I'd be able to. So, but I just think that would, help you.
You're absolutely right. I agree.
And just like you just said, a TikTok that'll be current and. You know what I'm saying? You don't got to worry about people's illiteracy.
Mm-hmm.
Forgive them.
That way they don't got to talk. They just got to say, and here are your nominees that you cannot
make and that was, like I said, I wanted it to be exactly how we, see it on TV. It was resembled. That's why all the award shows, you're not voting. When they vote, they don't vote on current. They vote for the year before. Mm-hmm. So from that on down, the voting was set up to allow people to chime in. You only get one vote. I didn't believe in 100 million votes a day because that was
there was a glitch in it at one point.
Yeah, it was.
A few actually, because I know Rocky didn't show up on a ballot for one, and then because people were voting and he wasn't even on there, but he was a nominee.
Here's the glitch. When he reached out to me and I fixed it, it reset it for everyone, but no one knew that once things had changed, that it reset it. There were a few people that, got onto it. But for one, and I'm gonna tell you this: anybody tell you they got SurveyMonkey and they got 100,000 votes and 200 and 500, they lying. Because SurveyMonkey charges you. I think you get 100,000 votes a year, and it is a cost to it. So that was one of the reasons I was like, oh no, I'm not gonna. And then when we go vote, we only vote one time. So and I didn't want people to be consumed because there's some people who don't have nothing to do and they can vote 1,000 times a day.
And I guess that's one reason why I didn't participate in the other one of the voting. I voted for a few artists, but other than that, I'm talking about the SLAE Awards. It was too much. It was keep sending it. You can't do it from the same email. You could do 3 votes a day. What? No, that's pointless.
And it was just too much.
I got 4 emails.
In this time of internet and instant satisfaction, instant gratification and stuff like that, people don't want to sit there and do a list of 37 categories or 40 categories.
That's how many categories. And some of the people, it was like taking a damn test.
Yes.
It was just too long. I said, well, you can just go to the ones that you do know. Like, for instance, I knew that when I start to do this show, that some of the people that I'm tied in with and hang with, I'm like, damn, I don't.
They was gonna get
I didn't want them to be like, oh, this, that, and the other. But fortunately, by them knowing me, they know that I'm fair.
Right.
I don't give a damn what it is. They know that I'm going to be fair. Asia Marie, someone who I support, was nominated 5 or 6 times.
She is on the list of videos.
Yeah, I can put a video on her. Yeah.
See,
that's why I did it.
She was nominated 5 or 6 times, and I was like, damn. I knew who won. I'm like, damn. I don't know how she's gonna feel, but then
we already knew.
She said when I reached out to her, she said I did my research on the people who are already in my category, and she said my lead. Yeah, she was like, I'm not. She said I'm not. I don't feel no type of way. She said, and I know you. You know what I'm saying? So you had to, if that's how it came, that's how it came. So when people said, like somebody said I cheated for Whoa.
What?
I'm like, if I cheated for Whoa, I would have cheated for my nephews who were both nominated.
Okay.
I'd have cheated for Asia. I'd have cheated for Cook Crack. I'd have cheated for Hakeem. I'd have cheated for a lot of motherfuckers. Mm-hmm. But I did, it just at the end,
doesn't benefit you to cheat your own, product. It doesn't. So why would they even think? No, I'm not going. We're not gonna talk about it.
Everybody ain't
fair. We'll just say that.
Oh, absolutely. We know that.
And that was one of the things I told Whoa. I was like, if you win, you can rest assured I had nothing to do with it. You earned that. Right. He was nominated, I think, 5 or 6 times. You know what I'm saying?
Because I know Rocky was.
Rocky had like 6
Rocky
or 7.
and Hazy.
My lead won with, she had the most awards, which was 4. And she told me when I dropped her awards off that those were her first awards.
So she should have been there, and that's
she was there.
You're right.
I was mad because when I dropped off the awards, that was my first time meeting her. I was looking forward to meeting Miley, Valencia Rush. It was a few people
I like Valencia
that I haven't met in person that I was actually looking forward to, and I missed both of them.
But you were so busy.
Yeah,
I was gonna say you probably the night of y'all events y'all won't be
unless you walk in the carpet and
unless you delegated every
that's what the team
that's
what the team was like. You should be able to. I said no. I said because it's I have to be in certain places. You know what I'm saying? I was able to catch some of the performances. One of my favorite. I have a couple. Other than the cipher, Chanel Scott.
Okay, yeah, I love
that. Was my first time.
Oh, even with her knee.
No. That's Shailene. That was my. Those were my.
She was my favorite.
But Shailene always bring it. Everything that I've done, with the award show and stuff, with this award show and the show I did last year, I'm just a fan, and she's gonna bring it. You know what I'm saying? So, but I was actually able to see a few acts because I was. In between, but those were a couple, and plus thanks for the videos you put up, I was able to see
that's how I saw like most of the things that I saw from your videos and from the cipher. I knew that was gonna be tight though.
I love the cipher.
I knew it was gonna be tight because of the people they had in it. You know what I'm saying? So
that was. Look, only thing I did with the cipher was come up with the idea for it.
Mm-hmm. Who picked the people?
Billy.
Okay.
Billy picked.
Great.
Look,
Billy.
I trust.
Money.
I trust. He
that
knows.
Was
you know.
Is fighters right.
I'm just upset I couldn't get the because it was two ciphers and that we didn't have enough time for the second one. Yeah. But yeah, Billy was responsible for everyone that was in the cipher, and Timothy filmed it. So, but yeah,
that was tough.
It was great.
That was tough.
Yeah,
and BT has a cipher.
Exactly.
So I was trying to. There were more people who were supposed to have this stuff projected.
BT stole that too. I mean,
but technicality. Then I had to do it. I didn't have enough people. But like I said, but next year, that's why Rocky, he was able to go up. Mm-hmm. I was able to get the cipher and maybe a couple of other people. But I wanted the visual presentation.
It helps. Especially for us sitting there all the time.
Yeah.
Visuality is definitely
you need stuff that makes you excited.
Oh, yeah.
You know, pyro
last year when I did the show, it was a little bit more. It had more outer amenities, meaning like when we did the red carpet, it was live stream on the red carpet. Billy was the host. Frost was the host. It was live.
Okay.
So when you come in, you'll stop here, and we had the cameras, and you'll be interviewed by Billy, and then you walk on down the red carpet, get your picture, and go and take your ass and have a seat.
Yeah.
But it was
a real red carpet because that's how real red carpet works.
Yeah.
It's not just us walking up taking pictures. It's a real red carpet, you know. It's people talking to you,
right?
Showing you where your seat is, taking pictures. It's active. It's not just you walking up and keep
right
on top of a red carpet. It's not just that.
The media, and the fact that again, the venue itself, everything was so structured. We knew where to sit. People were helping you get to where you needed to go.
They had ushers.
SLAE Awards.
They come with ushers.
That's what I'm saying.
They didn't come free though, but they come with ushers.
I'm like, we media. Where does media sit?
Sit over there somewhere.
And the people that worked there, Tom, he was the sound man. Last year when I did the show, he got on me because I didn't have a show director. It was only me, and people were coming up, the acts were coming up asking questions, and he was like, "Where's your show director?" I was like, I don't have one. But this year when I went back to one of the first people I went to look for was Tom, and I told Tom, I said, not only do I have a show director, I have a stage director. So I got two. I said, so you're fussing really put me in respect. And he happened to know Billy. But damn, Billy knows everybody.
Everybody knows Billy.
But yeah, so the work well,
That's how you do. That's the progression.
So
you know what I'm saying?
From what you did last year, and you elevate from there.
Because don't stress yourself out doing everything. Delegate, please.
Yeah, there's a few people.
HNIC normally has heart attacks.
Daquana, Woe Mom, and Tanya. There's a few other people say you got people out here. This that you have to have a team.
Yes,
this that and the other.
It's most definitely
to pull
important.
it off properly. You can't do it by yourself.
Yeah, and no, I have a team, and I come from the era of, for the most part, there was an issue about people who got paid at the award show and this, that, and other. I believe that any artist who is out there, putting in the work, going in the studio, getting outfits, got to get gas, that they definitely needs to be compensated for what they do. So
it's a job.
It is, and it costs. What they get for that, that one, that night doesn't compare to all
the money.
Yep.
I learned that back in the day. I used to be in Club 747 all the time with my good Judies.
Not 747. Oh,
yes,
I heard that.
Yes. Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and sometimes
Sunday.
Sunday.
Is that a plane?
Well, it was the
you had to go
black
up the
gay
steps.
club. Yeah,
What?
it was the black gay club of the 90s to maybe 2000 something when he closed it.
I
It
graduated in 05.
It was supposed to be at the list, but the men were like, y'all kicking, so
we partied like it was the last day of 1999 every day. But anyway, my friends, they're drag queens.
Mm-hmm.
I had a drag performer actually scheduled. Megan was supposed, but it was a conflict of not a conflict of interest. She had another show and she couldn't.
Yeah.
But I was trying to be all inclusive. I wanted it to include everybody.
Yes.
So next year that'll be back on.
But
I was ready.
What I
when
noticed
it
is how much money we used to. Well, we really didn't have no money, but we would come up with everything and spend our all for one song. You know what I'm saying? For her. So that kind of taught me how much you have to put in yourself and how much you're spending. So they deserve to be, because you are spending a lot of money for one song.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To perform your one song, you spending all your money. So they deserve to be paid for that.
I agree. Now some of the people performed at the award show because of the alliance, and they look like we know you. It's expensive, and to those people who did that, thank you. Y'all don't know it really meant a lot that y'all stepped in.
Charge you.
Yeah.
Because you had some hitters on them up stage.
So it was, I'm really pleased. But that comes from, I'm an old soul. I was raised by my grandparents, and I'll just be honest that some of the people didn't get paid till a month later. However. They still got paid, and they trusted me. And I'm old school. If I'm late, I'll make it right. I'll make it right. So so I'm not gonna get up here in front and be like, oh, this, that, no. I'm very, very honest sometimes to a default. But I believe those artists need to be paid. And like what's his name? Cash Damon. He was like,
got signed recently. Yeah, too. That's dope.
He was like, well, why can't we with the people that were in the cipher, like get a +1 or this, that? And I said, it costs. You know what I'm saying? This venue costs, and if you think of if it's 35 categories and each of those categories have 4 to 5, then that's the theater holds about 650. Yep. So once you start doing that, the seat, I'm running out of space. Yeah. I said, but don't look at it in that aspect. I said, because just because it's not financial, you may reap some other reward for it. And the cipher that they did numbers within the first week. Yep. And he was like, man, he said, I told him, just ride with me on this one, just ride with me. And when it did, he was like, man, you were right. He said, I appreciate, so every time, some people like, dude, people should pay the this, that, and the other. I'm not against people charging people to perform either. Mm-hmm. It's on the person whether they want to pay it or not. Mm-hmm. But I definitely believe that if you feel that the reward is worth it, then that it's an investment in yourself. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying?
And they just don't understand. Everybody thinks that it's going to be instant viral. Mm-hmm. You have to invest in yourself.
They want that instant gratification, the instant. Oh my God, you made it! I'm like, baby, no, sorry.
Look, ever since Soldier Boy, everybody think they gonna be a Soldier Boy.
Well, everybody's not gonna have a Sexy Red type of climb.
Not at all.
You know,
Sexy Red also pushed herself, and she out here.
And she was working.
Yeah,
she got where she at because
she was working. She was, you know what I'm saying? Whatever it may be. I know she took a picture with my boyfriend the other day. But anyway, one of them anyway. So she still was working. Mm-hmm. She didn't just pop up out of nowhere and get signed.
I doubt it. I mean, maybe, but whatever.
No, she was on her grind, but
whatever
she's sucking, that's on her. But she doing what she doing, and I'm loving. I don't care.
I love her. Her music is kind of growing on me to the point where I can now listen to a song with her on it. Mm-hmm. I cannot listen to a full song of Sexy Red because I feel like I'm losing brain cells.
Her song "Skew," you know, some straight.
I like that song.
Some straight.
That's
my mama
the first
used to do that when she pulled up to
like.
buy her good sacks, her good weed sacks back in the '80s. She'd be "Skew," you know what I'm saying? And somebody come
here, dirty,
you know what I'm saying? So
it
reminded me of some true St. Louis stuff. You know what I'm saying? When she did that. So even if I agree or disagree with the stuff that she says in her thing, she reps St. Louis.
Like a motherfucker.
You know what I'm saying?
Everywhere
so
she go.
I'm going to buy, I'm going to follow, I'm going, you know what I'm saying, just because of that.
And she not hidden.
And it's
she's
tight.
Out here.
This girl went, okay, so Lotto really has bars. You know, she really writes her music. She really is a rapper. Sexy Red is on a song with her and did it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? If you can go with somebody who really has bars, and you're the first person on the song.
Everybody she raps with
there, boom,
got bars.
Boom. But a lot of their bars are wrote by other people.
I'm not against ghostwriters.
I'm not against ghostwriters, but yes, I am.
Well, I think it depends on what type of artist you are. Yeah. If you one of them artists that's that you can
tell the delivery is going to be shitty.
Yeah, then if you got a ghostwriter, then you're like,
maybe you're not. He is
at that point.
And then I just come from old school hip hop. You know what I'm saying? I'm old.
Yeah.
So to me, if you're not writing it, you ain't that person. That's just, because I come from, I write raps, you know what I'm saying? So
you'd be surprised how many of the top people have ghostwriters.
I already know.
That's the crazy part. And you know what?
Jay-Z wrote for Dr. Dre on the, you know what I'm saying? Okay.
I see that.
Top people. Lil Kim ain't wrote nothing.
She looked like she ain't wrote nothing. I mean,
Biggie wrote the first album,
but
she sold it.
I
don't mind it. But she never says that she writes. You know what I'm saying? So if a person who act like they writing it,
then that's
and we know they got
that's different.
I'll punch you.
Like if it's known that you don't write and you say that you did all this shit on your own, then I ain't fucking with it. Mm-hmm. But
I don't know.
It's all right. It's cool.
I don't like ghostwriters. But I don't think she has one. I don't think Sexy Red has one.
Yeah, I'm a fan.
Oh,
of
fuck
Sexy
no,
Red.
she don't.
I think people take it too literal. It's entertainment, I could just say Freaknik back in the day. I could mention Angela. What's the lady named Bowen? From back in the 20s or something. I forgot but her lyrics is far
You talking about
Bogan something. Yeah, her lyrics is far
you don't even gotta go back that far. All of these parents in my age generation that are grasping their pearls, all of them had a Foxy Brown and a Lil Kim album. Yeah. All of them thought it was cute.
All your ladies pop that pussy
this
like
through
this.
That and they had Kia and all of that. This girl ain't saying nothing no different.
Right now
it's the shock value, I think.
The problem is, R. Kelly even did it. The only difference was his delivery. He just talked around sex. These bitches and these niggas these days, they like put the shit in your throat, eat my booty, like all that shit.
He talked around it, but he also was feeling on your booty.
I like the imagination, and I guess that's where I come in. I like to imagine. So when people write music and their storytelling, I'm seeing it. I'm visualizing it, even if it's fucking.
Yeah, because
but when you
she
just
said her booty hole is brown, I swear
I saw that ass.
Booty hole,
I saw her ass and her pussy, in my mind.
What did I just hear?
It went viral or something. I'm pretty sure her asshole was on
They said it was hers.
Yeah, it was her asshole.
I mean, it might have.
Not that I looked, but
I looked.
It was
I looked. I had to see what they were talking about.
Look.
I looked. I looked at all of it. I didn't look. I'm sorry. I'm gonna look. I said, I'm sorry.
I had one question to ask. Like, how did you even get into this? What made you even think about coming up with the process of an award show?
Well,
and what else you got coming up too?
Last year, I did the show at the Grandale Theater, and I gave out awards last year. So that's kind of where it sparked from. They weren't awards for being nominated. They were just performer awards. You were in the show, you got the microphone award. But that's how it kind of spun. I have a history of being in entertainment. I made a post. Lil Dave's dad didn't know this was his dad until the day of the pre-show, and I didn't know. I used to manage Dave back in the day. He was in a group called Chemistry.
Wow.
We all went and auditioned for Sister Act 2.
I saw your post about that.
We all went and auditioned for Sister Act 2.
I remember Chemistry.
You remember Chemistry? Yeah. Ron was,
I think I heard
you
of
showing
him.
our age in here, okay?
But but it's way back then, I was managing groups. 18, I did my first show at the 23rd Street Theater, which was the home of the home of the Black Repertoire Theater. Then they left there and ended up going to the Grandale Theater.
Yeah, that's when they moved. Okay.
Yeah, and I was like, damn, I was here, and I'm following the Black Rep. But I have a history of, being in entertainment. I sing, I'm a thespian. I was in a play a few years ago.
Do you have your SAG card?
I don't. So this was a way I wanted to leave a legacy, a nice legacy, something, I have godchildren. I want them to see what it's like for a man to go to work and do certain things. But I wanted this award show to be ongoing indefinitely. Right. So that's part of my motivation. And like I said, we're on part next year. We're gonna do 2 awards in one day.
What?
Yeah. The pre-show is going to be an award show because this is the only way we're going to get all the categories. And we're going to do the less.
That's what the major shows they have.
They do it on wrestling. They have their main cards on the regular pay-per-view, and they have a pre-show where
people can come.
And we're trying to get it to, since it's outside. We wanted to grow. We wanted to be able to move from the patio of the Grandale, either on the Grandale Square, the street, or have to block off Grand, or do something. That's what we're trying to get it to grow to. Again, I wanted to resemble an actual award show.
Major awards.
But I'm also trying to tie in a few other things. I have a reality show I'm in the process of planning and putting together called the Show Me Hustle. The Show Me State Hustle with the STL in it.
I've been seeing that. Okay,
Don't be saying that. Turn it off.
Yeah.
It's too late.
Turn it off. Hold on. People still out here. Don't do that.
So I'm trying to tie all of that in around the award show for next year, and I also have I'm in the works of I have 3 cities on board trying to do a 4 to 7 city tour called the St. Louis Music Explosion Tour. Memphis is one of the spots that's already on. The other 2 said they would do it, but I got a confirmation from a spot in Memphis. But I'm trying to tie all of that in together to maximize the exposure for all in that. If all of them do well, like I said, mainly for the reality show. Because if I can get that footage of the awards show and them traveling and doing this, that's what I'm trying to incorporate.
That's a lot of good footage there. You need an editor. I'll do that for you. All right. But as far as the theater part, we need to discuss some things, right? I'm a writer, right? So I have a show like similar to the Vagina Monologues, but it's Black women I knew in Kinloch. So I'm gonna give it to you. And we gonna talk.
All right.
Okay. I mean, it's really good. It's kind of racy because it's talking about the people I knew in Kinloch were prostitutes.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
It's real. It's some real shit.
The white woman who has the black kids who's been shunned by her family. You know
of
what I'm
course.
saying? It's those people. The church going, real churchy black woman who sit up and smoke weed and talk shit. You know what I'm saying? It's those people. You know those people. Yeah. But that's so
they got stories. They got some shit.
I have a theater major too. I'm on all that. So, we running out of time. So, please tell us where we can find you at the world.
Well, you can find me on Facebook at Terence I Got It Hardy. To find out information about the St. Louis Arson Entertainment Awards 24, you can find it on Facebook by the same name. Instagram is I Got It, IGOTTIT 314. And that's where you can find the latest information. And also, please stay connected, because this next year, I don't want people to say, well, I didn't know about it, or I didn't get the information, or this. You won't have any excuses not to be on par and get the information. So
they'll still say it.
I know, but I had to put that out there so when they come, I'm like,
let me rerun this.
Here are the receipts. You feel me?
You know how that is. Miss Jessica.
Yas. You can reach me pretty much anywhere at Jessica Wiley, Jessica, what is it? Mrs. Google Review,
Google
STL.
Review, STL.
Red Sage Media, that's all me. So, hit me up anywhere.
Red Sage Media, I'll be cracking up. Ooh,
with the kids hanging out the sunroof.
Baby, that took me out yesterday. That took me
You
out.
should have seen me. I was walking out. I was like, what?
And the people who wouldn't let you pee.
Oh, my God.
Baby, I was like, let me take these earrings out.
But that's actually why I do that, because everybody else be scared to say something. They just bitch about it right there. No, I'm going to put you on camera. Let's tell corporate what you're doing. You're not going to let me use the bathroom and I'm just here to pick up an order? Okay.
I'm picking up something that was paid for.
Right. Well, you could buy something and you can use it. Bitch, please.
Yeah,
okay.
She was trying to be
Thank
funny.
you.
But that's all right. We got you. All right. And, of course, I'm Bricks Montana. And y'all can find me on all platforms of social media at Bricks Montana. And TikTok, the Bricks Montana. Y'all know my kids ain't, one of them here. Never mind. Of course, join us next week on the Block with Bricks Montana and Jessica, Miss Google Reviews, STL Wiley. We didn't get into any videos this week, but we'll just go hard on videos next week because we've had such an awesome. No, I wasn't even trying. This was beautiful. We've learned some things. We found out some different things, talked about stuff, questions. People literally had the questions about the trophies. They got their answer. Now they can leave you the fuck alone. So that's how we do. Thank you, guys.
It was a pleasure.
We will see y'all next week, of course.
Who we got next week?
Next week we have, let me pull out the Black Girl Magic stuff. Here we go.
I need one of those. That's
I'm going to buy, I already sent off for you one.
What?
Yes, it's Black Girl Magic, baby. That's what we do. We in here. We in these streets.
Love it.
All right. So next week we have Unc.
Ah, yes.
Man, we gonna laugh so hard, Lord. Man, we gonna laugh so hard. Y'all have to join us next week. This dude have me in stitches. I mean, if it wasn't for him, I would really say the last awards that we was at was crap.
Oh, yeah.
But you can't say that because he held it down.
He like a motherfucker.
So y'all will see him next week.
He's also the co-host or the host at the Rocky Show coming up.
Oh, he's the. Oh, we gonna have so much.
Yeah,
fun.
we'll talk about it.
Yeah. All right, y'all. So thanks again, and we're out. What's up, or fail?